What's up everyone, it's Unsung NPC here with another class video for you today. We are going to be taking a look at the Shaman class. The Shaman class is by far my favorite divine caster. They are nature magic, which is my favorite kind of magic, and they are a full caster, which I love, and they use hexes, which I also love, which is probably my favorite arcane caster, so Shaman being my favorite divine. It's kind of like the divine witch. That's how I like to think of it, so fave, love it. They've got pretty decent magic. I don't know why it's only at 3 when they are full casters, but there it is. Pretty good support, typically. You know, it depends on how you do it. I mean, there's lots of ways that you can make Shamans just full combat easy. Okay, and then some good melee. They can do ranged, that's totally a thing. But I do think there's a lot of things that lend themselves better to Shamans being melee. It's just a matter of how you want to build it. Alright? So the Shaman, let's talk about saves. Low fortitude, low reflex, high will. They have a wisdom for their casting, which is cool, but it means that they're doubling up on wisdom with the high will saves, and both of those together, you know, I don't like that. I like diversity and points spread out rather than focusing on just one thing. 8 HP, which is nice. They memorize spells, so spell slots, okay? Average BAB, so 3-4 BAB. You've got persuasion and then all of the lore and knowledge skills. Shaman, great. So, what do we got? Simple weapons and light and medium armor. Cool. They also get to pick a familiar. I have set in here the cat familiar, but obviously it's just like all of the other familiars that you could choose. Okay, they all give you a skill bonus or a save bonus, or like the chicken, 3 hit points, and then two perception checks. And I think there's one that gives you bonus to initiative. We've got one that gives you natural armor to AC. So you just kind of have to find what best works for you. For some reason, I think we have 2 that do athletics. Yeah, the Jerboa and the Tarantula both do athletics, which is weird. But yeah, just find the familiar that works for you. What skills you might need a boost on. Next, let's talk about the spirits. Okay, so the spirits, they get a thing called Wandering Spirit. So at first level, you'll choose your main spirit. The spirit, there's all different kinds, which we'll go over. And then you get Wandering. So when Wandering Spirit, each day, when you're preparing your spells, you know, basically after a rest, okay, you can choose a spirit to add spells from that spirit to your spell list, and also the abilities granted by that spirit as well. They don't gain hexes yet, because at 6th level you get Wandering Hex, in which case you can choose a hex that you would normally need that Wandering Spirit to choose, but you can only pick 1 hex from that other spirit. And then at 14th level, you can now pick 2 hexes. Woo! And then at 20th level, you gain the ability listed in the true version of the Wandering Spirit. So, what that means exactly, the true version. Okay, so 12th level is the greater version, 20th level is the true version. So basically, you'd gain those abilities, the higher ranking abilities, if they have them, for that Wandering Spirit. That's how that works. But initially, you just get the starting ability, if they have one. Some spirits don't even have abilities. Some spirits only have 1 hex that goes with them. So you really need to pay attention to like what you're trying to accomplish here, okay? And then obviously you get hexes every few level ups. That's kind of one of the key things that they get. And we will be going over hexes at the end of the video. That way we can see them all, because right now it doesn't let you look at all of them, and it even shows hexes from different spirits, which isn't supposed to be a thing. So we'll have to go at the end of the video. I'll show you all the hexes and what they do. But for now, let's take a look at these spirits, right? So Battle Spirit. So Battle Spirit, you gain some spells. You gain Enlarged Person, Bull's Strength, Magical Vestment, Thorn Body, Righteous Might, Mass Bull Strength, Firestorm, Frightful Aspect, and Shape Change. All pretty powerful spells. This definitely lends itself better to a strength-based build, which Camellia in the game is a shaman, right? And she has a Battle Spirit, okay? Which is fine. Battle Spirit has some really powerful stuff, but the spells do not lend themselves good to a dex-based character, and she's a dex-based character, so it's kind of frustrating, but she does have some cool powers, like these hexes. So the Battle Master Hex is like, you're the first one you are going to want to pick up. This is like the hex to choose at the beginning. You want this hex. Level 2 comes along, take Battle Master, you're done. Okay? You gain extra attack of opportunity each round, which is awesome. And it does stack with combat reflexes, which is really cool. 8th level, you get weapon specialization. 16th level, you get greater weapon focus. Okay? You just get those feats for free. It's kind of making you a battle master, right? Fantastic. Next is Battle Ward. So basically, you can put this on anyone, including yourself. You gain a +3 to your deflection bonus to your AC, which is great. It only works on the next time that the person attacks you. It's not a forever thing, it's the next attack roll made against you, okay? And then each time you're attacked, the AC bonus goes down 1. So you can be, it'll be +3, then +2, then +1, based on how many attacks you're taking, okay? 8th level, it goes to +4, 16th level, it goes up to +5. So you'll get an AC bonus for essentially 5 attacks, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's a solid AC bonus, it's free. You just give it to them. You can give it to your whole party if you wanted to, and it lasts until the attacks come. I mean, you might as well take it. Just give everyone the free AC. I don't see why not. And then we have Hampering Hex, okay? Hampering Hex is a really cool one. I like this one a lot. So, a creature within 30 feet, you cause them to take a -2 to their AC and their combat maneuver defense for a number of rounds equal to your level. A will save reduces it to just 1 round, but still 1 round, so it doesn't get rid of it. 8th level, the penalty becomes -4, which is awesome. Like, a -4 AC at only level 8 is actually a pretty huge thing, and even if they save, that's still -4 AC for 1 round. You can get a lot of hits in 1 round, okay? That's powerful to me. I think that's a great hex. The Battle Spirit has some really cool, nifty combat-oriented hexes, if that's the route you're trying to go. Bones. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, Bones is not going to be useful. I've said this every time something like this has come up. I'm gonna say it every time still. Necromancy, or anti-undead stuff. Anti-undead stuff, necromancy even in general, because of those freaking fortitude saves. All of this undead things, unless you're a lich, okay, undead stuff is useless. There's not undead in this game. There's like 1 dungeon where there's undead, and then a couple of undead in some random locations. There is not enough undead to warrant being a master at killing undead. It's dumb. Don't do it. It's a waste of your time. You're wasting your time. But, this one is great for Lich though, because there are some things that help your undead instead of just being able to handle other undead. But also necromancy spells are crap, because fortitude saves are like the easiest saves for the demons, so that's going to be useless to you as well, in my opinion. Unless you're playing on an easier difficulty or something. They've got Cause Fear, False Life, Animate Dead, Fear, Slay Living, Circle of Death, Create Undead, Horrid Wilting, and Wail of the Banshee. Touch of the Grave. Okay, touch attack does negative energy damage. Okay, a lot of these different spirits give a standard touch attack or ranged touch attack. This one's touch. Okay, it's a melee touch, does negative energy damage. You can also touch an undead creature to heal it, which is kind of cool if you're a lich or an undead summoner. Alright, at 11th level, any weapon you hold is unholy. Shard Soul. You gain DR3 magic. This DR will increase as you level up, and then as a standard action, you can sprout your bones from your body and pierce everyone in a range 10-foot radius burst around you, which does 1d6 per 2 levels, and a reflex saving throw to half this damage. That's actually a really cool ability, I'll be honest. There's one like it for Stone Spirit as well. Actually pretty cool. Shedding Form. Your body becomes incorporeal, okay? And all of your weapons are considered to be ghost touch. So you can hit those ghosts, of which there are like none. So have fun with that. Hexes. Bone Lock, okay? You cause a creature to suffer stiffness, right? In the joints and bones. They're staggered for 1 round. Fortitude save negates it. Hate fortitude saves. 8th level, it increases 2 rounds per level. Okay? And the target can attempt to save each round. 16th level, the target can no longer attempt to save each round. It's just the initial fortitude saving though. Bone Ward. Touch a creature, including yourself. +2 deflection to AC. 8th level, it's +3 and lasts for a minute. 16th is +4 and lasts for a whole hour. A whole hour of +4 deflection bonus is actually pretty good. Like, who needs rings of deflection when you could just give everyone constant +4s to deflection bonus, right? That can allow you to free up some ring slots in your characters. Fearful Gaze. Target within 30 feet becomes shaken for 1 round. Will save negates. 8th level makes him frightened. 16th level makes him panicked. It's still only for 1 round. So it just seems annoying to me. I know, Pondor, you hate making people run away from the fight, so probably not going to be your move. Okay, Flame. So we get Burning Hands, Resist Energy, Fireball, Controlled Fireball, Flame Strike, Suriko, Firestorm, Summon Elder Elemental, Fiery Body. Alright. You also get Elemental Form at level 16, which is Elemental Body, Fire. Cool. You get Touch of Flames. Melee touch attack does fire. At 11th level, any weapon you wield is flaming. Fiery Soul. Fire resistance 10. As well as in a 15-foot cone, you can shoot fire out of your mouth. Yeah. And it's 1d4 per level, which is like eventually 20d4 points of fire damage, which is actually pretty good. This is a little bit weaker than a Dragon's Breath, but like, hot damn. Okay. Fire Nimbus. You cause a creature within 30 feet to gain a Nimbus of fire. It doesn't hurt them, but it stops them from being able to be concealed or invisible. They also take a -2 on saving throws against spells or effects with the fire descriptor. Very useful for the Fire Shaman, I would say. Okay. Lasts for a number of rounds. Will save negates. Standard, but very cool. The elemental spirits are all great, in my opinion. Flame Curse. Okay. Creature within 30 feet becomes vulnerable to fire. If they're already vulnerable, this doesn't do anything. Fire immunity and resistances still apply. And any saving throw on your fire spells that causes them to take half damage still takes half damage. They'll just be taking half of more damage because vulnerable increases the damage of the fire effects. At 8th and 16th level, this duration is increased by 1 round for each of those, so it's 1 round, and then eventually it's 2, and then eventually it's 3 rounds. Oof. So pop off those fire attacks. Ward of Flames. Touch a willing creature, including yourself. Next time you're struck with a melee attack, they have to take fire damage for 1d6 plus 1 for... So 1d6 and then plus 1 for every 2 levels you possess. Ward lasts for a minute, after which it fades away. 8th level and 16th level, the ward lasts for 1 additional attack. Okay, so if you don't get hit in a minute, it'll fade away. If you do get hit, it goes away. I think it's 1d6 plus 1 per every 2 levels, but it could just be 1d6 plus 1 parentheses per 2 levels. The wording is weird there, so we'll have to figure that out. Next is Frost. Resist energy, resist communal, snowball, ice storm, icy prison, cold strike, cold ice strike, ice body, polar ray, icy prison mass, which is a fantastic spell, by the way. You get ice splinter, a ranged touch attack within 30 feet, 1d6 plus 1 for every 2 levels of cold damage. 11th level, any weapon you wield is treated as a frost weapon. You've also got frigid blast. Cold resistance 10 for yourself. In addition, as a standard action, you summon an icy blast that you shoot within 30 feet, and then it explodes in a 20-foot radius, dealing cold damage equal to 1d6 per level, which is cool, and reflex save to have, and you can use it 3 times a day. Guardian of the North. An hour per level, you can turn into a Smilodon. For an hour per level. You just turn into a Smilodon. Yeah. Great ability. This next one is awesome. Hypothermia. Creature within 30 feet, they have to attempt a fortitude saving throw, which does kind of suck. But on a failed save, they are fatigued for 2 rounds. 8th and 16th level, the duration of the hex is extended by 1 round, so 3 then 4. Okay. And Frost Spirit pairs very well. I'm skipping ahead a little bit because they just pair so well together. Waves. Okay, if you have one of these be your main and the other one be your wandering, they pair really well together. So waves: grease, delay poison, spit venom, freedom of movement, cone of cold, elemental body 3, elemental body 4, sea mantle, and tsunami. And then also elemental body 4, water. You get them both for some reason. Wave strike. It's a melee touch attack that does 1d6 plus 1 for every 2 levels, and then also initiates a bull rush maneuver. So you push them away with your water. And then fluid mastery. So 15-foot cone, 1d4 per 2 levels, so a max of 10d4. And also in the 15-foot cone, bull rushes everybody. So you're just pushing them all back, which is kind of awesome. And then you get Beckoning Chill, which is, this is good. Within 30 feet, they become more susceptible to the sapping powers of cold for a whole minute. So whenever the creature takes cold damage, they are entangled for 1 round. If the creature takes cold damage while already entangled, they become entangled for another round. Okay? Beckoning Chill works great with Waves and Frost because they both come with a lot of cold spells and abilities. So you'll be able to use Beckoning Chill like all the time, which I think is really cool. I think there's a really valid strategy around that, and I really like it. Okay, life, we'll go back up. Life. Unbreakable Heart, Lesser Restoration, Neutralize Poison, Restoration, Breath of Life, Heal, Greater Restoration, Holy Aura, Heal Mass. Pretty much every healing or restoration thing you could possibly need, you get that spell, okay? You also get Channel Energy as a Cleric. It's like 1-for-1 Shaman level to Cleric level, so full channel positive energy to heal. You get Healer's Touch, so +4 to Lore Religion, and as a standard action, you can heal all allies that are negative HP in 30 feet for 1d6 points. It's only 1d6, but that 1d6 is going to be the difference between them being negative and them being stabilized, and then allowing you to heal them further. I mean, that's a really cool, it's like a healing burst that just saves everyone who's almost dead. I really like that ability. Very effective for a healing shaman. And then quick healing. you can use channel positive energy or cure spells as a swift action. Number of times per day equal to your charisma modifier. I'd probably use all of those on channel energy, to be honest. Like getting like swift action channel positive energy is ginormous. It's so good. Because this is 1 plus your charisma modifier, and this is charisma modifier, so you might as well just use them together all the time. Better than a regular cure spell, because it's not heal spells, it's cure spells. And the mass cure spells really aren't that great, but you could use those if you wanted to instead. But I like that. I like that a lot. Nature. Command. Barkskin. Nature's Exile. Cape of Wasps. Aspect of the Wolf. Beast Shape 4. Vine Trap. Sea Mantle. Shape Change. All great spells. You get Storm Burst. So you cause a small storm of swirling wind and rain to form around a creature within 30 feet. Okay? They treat all targets that they're trying to hit as if they had 20% miss chance for a round, plus 1 round for every 4 levels. That's basically giving your whole team blur against that specific enemy. And you can use this Hex on everyone, and there's no saving throw. You just do it. And at 11th level, all weapons you carry are treated as thundering. Bang, bang, bang. Spirit of Nature. Whenever you're reduced to 0 hit points, you automatically stabilize and gain fast healing 1 for 1d4 rounds. And at 15th level, you gain fast healing 3. Very nifty. Save your skin. And then you get an animal companion at 16th level that is just 1-for-1 shaman level to druid level, so you don't have to use boon companion feat. It'll be a fully leveled animal companion. Done. And then the Entangling Curse. Creature within 30 feet. Number of rounds equal to your charisma modifier. A reflex saving throw negates it, but you just entangle them. And you can just use this on everyone. Sorry. Just entangle, entangle, entangle. I mean, the nature spirit is also... All these spirits are great. Shaman is such a powerful class, I'm telling you. I'm telling you guys right now. Stone Fist. Molten Orb. Spike Growth. Obsidian Flow. Stone Skin. Communal Stone Skin. Stone to Flesh. Protection from spells. And Clashing Rocks. Also great spells. Touch of Acid. Melee touch attack does acid damage. Any weapon you wield at 11th level becomes corrosive. Body of Earth, DR2 Adamantine, that increases as you level up. And then as a standard action, you can cause jagged pieces of stone to explode from your body, similar to the Bone ability. 10-foot radius, 1d6 per 2 levels. Reflex save to negate. Or reflex save to half. And then elemental body for Earth, Acid. Metal Curse. Creature within 30 feet becomes magnetic. Okay, so whenever the creature is attacked with a melee or ranged weapon constructed primarily of metal, they take a -2 to their AC. 8th level and 16th level, the penalty increases by -2 and extends by 1 round. So normally it's -2, 1 round. Then it's -4, 2 rounds. Then it's -6, 3 rounds. -6 AC for 3 rounds is a pretty big hit. Like, that's... I like Metal Curse a lot. I like that a lot. Stone Stability. +4 against Bull Rush and Trips. 5th level you gain improved Trip. And then 10th level you gain Greater Trip. So you're able to trip people, and you're able to not be tripped or pushed around. Don't take shit from anybody. Alright, we already went over waves. Wind. Feather Step, Blur, Displacement. Oh, such good spells. Freedom of Movement, Call Lightning Storm. Sirocco, Prismatic Spray, Storm Bolts, Elemental Swarm. Great summoning spell there. Shocking Touch. Melee touch attack to do electricity damage. At 11th level, your weapon is treated as shocking. Spark Soul. Electric Resistance 10. In addition, you can shoot a 20-foot line of sparks, dealing a 1d4 per shaman level at whoever is hit by it. Reflex save halves. And then Elemental Body Air. Okay. You also get Air Barrier. Love this hex. I love the wind hexes a lot. So +4 bonus to AC, which is great. And then at 7th level and every 4 levels thereafter increases by 2. So eventually that's a lot of AC bonus. Okay. 13th level, the barrier causes incoming arrows, rays, and any ranged attack that requires an attack roll to have a 50-50 miss chance. And you use this 1 hour per day per shaman level. That's so huge. It's a 50-50 miss chance. It's better than Blur. That's crazy. Oh my god. Stack Blur on top of you on top of that? Oh my jeez. Vortex Spells. Whenever you confirm a critical hit with a spell, they become staggered for a round. At 11th level, they become staggered for 1d4 rounds. No save to negate this. You crit, they staggered. I like that a lot. I do. Wind Ward. Touch a willing creature, or yourself if you want, and lasts for a number of rounds equal to your level. When they're attacked with an arrow, ray, or other ranged attack, that attack suffers a 20% miss chance, so Blur, for ranged attacks. 8th level, the ward lasts for a minute per level. At 16th level, it changes to 50-50 miss chance. So 50-50 against ranged attacks for a minute per level. You should just be giving this to everyone all of the time. All of the time. Really good. I'm kind of upset, honestly, that you don't get protection from arrows as a spell. But I like Wind Ward and Air Barrier. They're both so good. Yeah, but these are all the spirits. There's some cool combos. Frost and Waves work really well. Nature, I think, works well with anything. Battling's pretty combat-oriented, so I'd probably do Battle in Bones or Battle in Stone. Life is just healing. I wouldn't do Life unless you're going to be the Healing Shaman archetype. And if you're going to be the Healing Shaman archetype, you should just do Life Spirit. Those two together, without that, you're doing yourself a disservice. Okay, now we're going to go through the different shaman archetypes. I'll give you a heads up right now. A lot of these are going to be pretty quick because very little is actually changed between archetype to archetype. The majority of what a shaman is in essence remains the same throughout. Okay, so first one, Possessed. My favorite, my official stamp of approval for Shaman Plus. Okay, this is just honestly better than Shaman, in my opinion. Okay, first of all, you get shared skills. So you get to choose 2 skills, and when you do these skills, they will get a number of ranks in them equal to your level. So a rank per level, so that's 2 free skills that you're getting ranks in, and you can use Wisdom for them instead of the normal ability modifier. You could do Wisdom Athletics, you could do Wisdom Trickery, you could do Wisdom Stealth, Wisdom for whatever the fuck you want. Way huge, in my opinion. I love those so much. That's crazy skill monkey shaman. Give it to me. Alright, you lose 1 hex, ain't no thing. You get Crowded Vessel. Honestly, I think this is, for this campaign specifically, is better than most of the hexes you could have. Okay? Whenever you fail a saving throw against a charm or compulsion spell, you attempt a new saving throw to regain control because the spirits possessed in you are trying to help you. I love this one because charm and compulsion spells are big in this game, and I get real tired of them real fast. Still get Wandering Spirit. You don't get Wandering Hex, so you won't get Hex for... You won't get the hexes of the spirits that you're doing your Wandering Spirit for. You'll get abilities and spells, but not the hexes, until... Yeah. But you get basically Wandering Skills, okay? So Wandering Skills, once per day, Shaman Possessed chooses 1 skill, okay? You can then treat that skill the same way you treat your other shared skills, which is ranks per level and then Wisdom modifier. So that's just a 3rd skill then, and you can change it every day, which gives you some versatility. Going into a dungeon with a lot of things to unlock, choose Trickery for the day. Up to you. A lot of potential there. And then you've got Wandering Hex for 14th level. So I'm guessing you still get a Hex, you just get one and it's later instead of the one that you would get normally up here. But that's the Possessed Shaman, okay? Next is the Shadow Shaman. Okay, you give up all of your Wandering Spirit crap and you get instead Sneak Attack. Up to 66 with Accomplished Sneak Attacker, that's 8d6, not quite 10d6, but 8d6 is still a big deal, especially for a full caster. A full caster with 8d6 Sneak Attack? Psh. Stealth is a class skill. Nice that they give that to you. And then you lose 1 Hex and gain Shadows. So you can conceal yourself a number of times per day equal to your Charisma modifier. The Shadow Shaman gains the benefits of Blur Spell for a whole minute. And you can use that a number of times per day. So that's a lot of minutes with the Blur Spell for free. At 9th level, you gain the benefits of Displacement instead, which is really cool. And then at 14th level, you gain, on top of Displacement, the effect of Greater Invisibility. So you'll have Displacement and Greater Invisibility by 14th level, a minute, a number of times equal to your Charisma modifier. Displacement for a minute doesn't seem that big, but when it's a number of times equal to your Charisma modifier, that's just like constant displacement usage. So, very cool. But yeah, Sneaky Shadow Shaman. Actually a pretty good way to do damage stuff. I think, again, the Battle Bones or Stone ones would work really well with this, because you get some pretty good weapon skills or some pretty good, like, attack and defense skills if you wanted to, getting more into the thick of it. Air would be a really good spirit for this, as well as nature, because you could use the Storm Hex on people. So, up to you. Spirit Hunter. This is Camellia's archetype. You get, instead of a familiar, you get a object bond. So basically, instead of a familiar, you'll get an object that you can then trade in for a free spell slot of your choice. And then you get Spirit Weapon Enhancement, which eventually becomes +5. As you can see, it's leveling up here. And then you can also trade in any of those points of enhancement bonus for Flaming, Frost, Keen, Shock, or Speed. You're pretty much going to use this for Keen or Speed, because if you wanted Flaming, Frost, or Shock, you could easily get those from the different spirits at 11th level. Not really a useful thing in this sense, but you could get Keen or Speed, and both of those are really good. So you miss all of the Wandering Spirit stuff, you still get your full Hexes though. Spirit Hunter. It's just kind of like almost like a Spirit Magus with less Magus abilities. Spirit Warden. Okay, this one is my throwaway. This is my throwaway archetype, because it's the anti-undead archetype. Alright, so you get Restless Magic, so you get Doom, Command Undead, Life Blast, Death Ward, Pillar of Life, Undeath to Death, Finger of Death, Sunburst, and Foresight. Okay? And then you also get +2 to Intimidation. This is just, yeah, it's against the undead kind of thing. I don't love it. You get Channel Positive Energy, Damage Undead, great. You get Laugh at Death, which is just +4 against death effects, fine. Okay, you don't have to choose Bone Spirit, which is kind of cool, but it's just like, undead are just not prevalent enough for this to be useful, in my opinion. So, I say throw it away, but that's up to you. The Unsworn Shaman. This one's a little complicated and not really worded the best in its description. Basically, you don't have a spirit. You still have a spirit animal, but not like a spirit. You get what's called a minor spirit. So at first level, you get a temporary bond with a minor spirit each day. You can choose a different one each day. Basically, you get to choose a shaman or witch hex of your choosing, but not a major hex or grand hex, okay? Only the basic ones. Until you change the minor spirit, you continue to have access to that hex. A second level, you can instead select a hex from one of your wandering spirits selected for that day. Okay? You can make a temporary bond with 2 minor spirits, thus gaining 2 hexes at 4th level, and then 1 additional spirit every 4 levels thereafter. Okay, so we have 1 there at 4th level, and then at 8th level, and then 12th level, and then 16th. And so eventually you'll have 6 minor spirits. Second level, you get a wandering spirit. Okay? So you still have the wandering spirit class feature. So the same way that it works with wandering spirit. So at wandering spirit, like I said before, you gain access to the spells, to the spirit abilities, okay? Same way here. At 10th level, you gain greater version. At 18th level, you gain the true version. So you're gaining those versions for those abilities earlier on by 2 levels than a normal shaman would, which is kind of cool. 6th level, you also gain a second wandering spirit, which is pretty early for that, gaining the abilities listed in the greater version of that at 14th and the true version of 20th. So you're having a lot more spirits. This requires some more micromanaging, as you don't get any hexes other than the ones from your minor spirits, and then you get 2 major wandering spirits that you're eventually going to get the full abilities and spells for, which is actually pretty cool. So this is just like more spirits, more problems kind of situation here. I think this is just a more versatile version of Shaman. If you want a more dedicated path, Shaman's the move, Possessed Shaman is the move. But if you want a little bit more versatility, then I think Unsworn Shaman is kind of a way to go. This is probably one of the ones I would take if I was Shaman. Wildland Shaman. This is the half-orc class archetype, the racial archetype for half-orc. Okay? You don't get spirit animal, you instead get a spirit animal companion. So you can choose any of the animals available. You have an animal companion now. I think that's pretty badass. Okay? You use your level as your affected druid level, so you don't have to worry about doing boon companion or anything like that. You just get an animal companion. And no, if you take the nature spirit, you do not get 2 animal companions. Unless the second one is given by an item, you can only have 1 animal companion. So I wouldn't do the nature spirit, but anyway, you can't because they are battle spirit only. Okay, the half-orc archetype is battle spirit only. So I almost thought that you could choose another one, but you can't. Okay, you have to do the battle spirit, which I think works. I mean, you're a half-orc, strength base, no problem. Battle spirit, let's go. Animal companion on top of that. We're just ready to destroy your enemies in your path. Dominate them. Alright? Do it. You don't get wandering spirit. You still get both wandering hexes though. So you can gain hexes from other spirits, but no abilities or spells. And that's the Wildland Shaman. The Witch Doctor, the healing archetype. Okay? Take the life spirit. Just fucking take the life spirit, or you're doing yourself a disservice, okay? And don't do this unless you want to be a healer. If you don't want to be a healer, why are you taking Witch Doctor? Stop it. Okay? You get channel energy to heal living or harm undead, but it's your shaman level -3 for your effective cleric level, so it's not as a full cleric. But if you take life spirit, I don't know how those channel energies actually mix, to be honest. You also get counter curse. So if you have a spell that's level 3, you can get rid of that spell to use dispel or remove curse on someone. And then you use, but if you use any spell level greater than 3rd level, do that, you get a +2 per additional level of the spell on those checks to dispel or remove the curse. So 4th level's 2, 5th level's 4, 6th level's 6, and so on. Okay? But they have to be 3rd or higher spell level. 1st and 2nd do not work. Cannot do anything with those. And that is the Witch Doctor. You give up a few hexes for those healing abilities, but you're a healer. This is your job. I really like Dispel Magic and Remove Curse, which makes the Witch Doctor one of my favorite healing archetypes in the game, to be honest. So, to recap, Shaman, okay. Possessed Shaman, Shaman Plus. Shadow Shaman, Sneak Attack Shaman. Spirit Hunter, Weapon Enhanced Shaman. Spirit Warden, throw it in the garbage. Unsworn, a more versatile Shaman. Wildland is half-orc bruiser Shaman. Witch Doctor is the healing Shaman. All great, all powerful. Shaman's a badass class, love it, can't get enough, fantastic. Now we're gonna show you the hexes. Okay, the hexes. Let's go over these hexes. Ameliorating, okay? You can touch a creature, including yourself, and you choose a condition. Dazzled, fatigued, shaken, or sickened. If they're afflicted with that, that condition is now suppressed for a number of minutes equal to your level. And then they also grant a +4 to the saving throw against that effect for 24 hours. Great. Solid little defensive ability there if you want it. Okay. Aura of Purity is a 10-foot aura around the Shaman. Okay. It's a number of minutes per level, but the duration doesn't have to be consecutive. You can just use it for a minute at a time. Basically, any like inhaled poison or noxious like gaseous effects are negated completely. So Stinking Cloud, done. All right. Effects caused by spells whose level is more than half the Shaman's level are not affected by this. So make sure they're not too strong. Chant. It's a move action. Any creature that is within 30 feet that is under the effects of Evil Eye, Fortune, Fury, or Misfortune, that effect is extended by another round. Draconic Resilience, okay. You're immune to magical sleep for a number of rounds equal to your level. 7th level, you're also immune to paralysis for that duration. Great. And you can grant this to anyone. Evil Eye, -2 on AC, ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws, or skill checks. Okay, number of rounds equal to 3 plus your wisdom mod. A will save reduces it to just 1 round. At 8th level, it's a -4 penalty. That's a pretty big penalty to any of those things. And then remember that Chant extends that. Okay, Fortune gives everyone within 30 feet a bit of good luck for a round. A single creature within 30 feet. Duh, I can read. Okay? You can re-roll any ability check, attack roll, saving throw, or skill check. 8th and 16th level, the duration of that is extended by 1 round each for those. And then obviously Chant extends it further. Fury. Okay? Target receives +2 bonus on attack rolls, +2 resistance on saving throws against fear. 8th and 16th level, round is increased by 1. Again, you can extend it with Chant. Healing acts as a cure light wounds basically, and then at 5th level the Hex acts as cure moderate wounds, which is nice. You can only use it on a creature once per 24 hours, but you can use it on everyone, and that's a free heal on everybody. And I honestly take this no matter what Shaman I'm building, because you get so many hexes anyway, and like having free heals is really, really nice in this game. Ice Plant, +2 to natural armor. Boom. Beautiful. Intimidating Display gives yourself dazzling display for free, and you don't have to wield a weapon to use it. Misfortune. It's like Fortune, but for the enemy, and they have to re-roll and take the worst result instead of the best. Nails gives yourself a nails attack. I don't think it counts as a claw. I don't really know. And it's 1d3 points of damage. Okay. Protective Luck. Okay. Choose a creature for 1 round. And if they are targeted by something that requires an attack roll, including weapons, the attacker has to roll twice and take the worst result. Okay? And then 8th level and 16th level, that goes to 2 rounds and then 3 rounds. You cannot use it on yourself. Yeah. Hexes that affect the Fortune Hex, such as Cackle or Chant, also affect Protective Luck. Awesome. Secret. You get a meta magic feat as a bonus feat. Solid. Slumber. You're putting a creature to sleep. Will save negates. Okay. It's going to affect a creature of any hit dice. And so it's just, it affects anyone. They just put them to sleep if they fail the will save. Ward. +2 deflection bonus to AC. +2 resistance to saving throws. Okay. It lasts until you are hit or fail a saving throw. And then a shaman can only have one ward active at a time. So one creature at a time can be affected, not everybody. Okay, if they use it again, the previous ward ends. 8th and 16th level, the bonus provided increases by 1. Okay, so +3s and then +4s. Cannot use this on yourself. And that's all of the hexes that I can see here on the list. Alright? Everything else is like their spirit hexes. But these are your different hexes that you can choose from as a shaman. If you like this video, if you learned something, if the shaman seems intriguing to you, give the video a like and subscribe. And check out more videos coming later on. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If you want to talk more about this class, about this game, about any game really, feel free to join the Discord in the description below. And yeah, I'd like to hear about your shaman builds. If you got any ideas, let me know. I'm Unsung NPC, and I will catch you guys in the next one.